11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, which focuses on the right to keep and bear arms, does not explicitly depend on electronic technology. Firearms, as well as other weapons used for self-defense and security purposes, have existed long before the development of modern electronics. The Second Amendment can function without electronics, as people can still own and operate various types of firearms or other weapons that do not require electronic components. For example, classic firearms like the flintlock or percussion cap muzzleloaders do not use electronics. That being said, many modern firearms and security systems do incorporate electronics for improved functionality, safety, and accuracy. While the Second Amendment can exist without electronic technology, the widespread availability and use of such technology have certainly impacted the ways in which people exercise their Second Amendment rights. Welcome, everybody, to our daily gun show. Come to you live weeknights at midnight, and we talk about guns. In this case, we're talking about the Second Amendment and whether or not it can exist without electronics. So why don't we make that a poll? See if we have any better luck tonight than we had in past nights with the poll. Open this up on the main channel. If I can figure out how to do that, I think I figured it out. And what have I got going on over here? Yeah, I didn't think so. So we'll set up this poll, and we only got a couple of people joining us tonight. Roy and G23, welcome. So the question is, without electronics, is the Second Amendment if I can get it to type in here, the Second Amendment even possible? It's a yes or no question. You get a yes and no poll. We'll see if everybody agrees or if there's a difference in opinion. All right, well, so it's Tuesday. Probably have a lot of things I could be doing. My ambition is to do some things on Tuesdays. I'll probably go look over at the YouTube channel for a blast from the past, so to speak. And if somebody comes up with an idea of something to do tonight, we can consider that. We can ponder it, so to speak. But for now, I'm going to jump over to, what am I doing? Click around stuff, that's for sure. So we'll leave this open so we can see the poll. For now, I'm going to jump over, pause it, move this into this, and move this over here. And then tell this that we're going to screen share this. Click on that, and then we do this. That will bring this open. I can move this over. And here's the text, right? Everybody can chat, be part of the conversation if you're out there, or you're essentially just an observer. Oh, man. You know, observers are legal. There's no law against it. But you're only doing like 1/4 of what everybody else is doing. So get in on it and be part of it. We got the robot AI. Nobody has to worry about what happens with the 8 robot AI. It's between me and the robot AI over here. I'll put it over here. And we'll go to the main YouTube channel. We'll go over to the videos. And I guess we'll just type in to the search 2A, see what happens. Why don't we roll this 20-sided dice that happens to be sitting here next to me. Let's see. How about you point it at this so you can see it? There we go. Sounds like my coffee's ready. So what I'll do is go check out some of that coffee, or set up some of that coffee while we roll this dice. Oh, come on. All right. That's a 10. Because there is, wait a minute. Is it a 10 or a 19? That's a 19. Right? Yeah. 10 ain't nowhere near. Oh no, there's the 10. Why don't we just roll that again? All right, now we definitely have a 20. So 20. Going back over to the screen over here. Like that. Closing that. Pointing that over there. Like that. Going over to the videos, and we typed in 2A. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, that's a 2.5-hour conversation with Sharon. Can't play that one. So why don't we just go back to the video list and latest? Wish you could go backwards. So I guess we're going to popular. We're going to roll the dice a few times though, because I don't want to hit any of these really good ones. Actually, we'll just scroll down to somewhere indeterminately, like the Ninja Glock video, and we'll count from the Ninja Glock video. Let's do that. Why don't we bring the screen back up here? I can tell my coffee's getting too hot already. Come on, man. Let's get this going. So we're going to roll that dice. Number 8. 8. That's probably easier than picking it up. 8. Hopefully this video ain't 8 up. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this little 2-minute gem from 13 years ago. I can remember filming this one. So this is a real video. I did film this video. Pretty much white, I guess. Is my internet that bad? Come on, man. I'm gonna go get some coffee. This is not it. This is some kind of ad. Some kind of video game for the kids. All right, come on. I wish I could spend all my time playing a video game. I feel like I've spent too much time watching a video game already. All right, here we go.
Got a chance to do another cool review here, so we jumped on it. This is a neat one. Any ideas? Well, I guess from the title you have an idea what it is. Looking at a SBS, so it's a short barrel shotgun made out of a Remington. Basically an old style, you could call it coach gun, I guess. It's a neat one. So it's just a Remington side-by-side shotgun. Of course, chopped down quite a bit. We're at about 18 inches overall. We're looking at 9-inch barrels on this thing. It's actually real comfortable. Notice that there's a rubber sort of pad here behind the trigger guard, and I suppose that's probably to help some of that recoil. Still got your standard front grip here. I don't think it's modified. It may be, but I don't think so. And I don't know, I've shot kind of these type of shotguns before, not this particular one, not this particular model, and they're not too uncomfortable to shoot. Same action as always. See the work open. You look at it from the business side. They put the bead back on, more for looks than anything else, I'm sure. But pretty handy little intruder dissuader. SBS, so it does need the fire NFA paperwork. It would take a couple of months to get that paperwork back, your fingerprints, your photographs, all the rest. Do the big background check.
Jump up here.
Pay the $200 tax.
Jump back up here.
And then pick up your short barrel shotgun.
Come on. Come on. Come on. He's getting pretty good at jumping. All right, so that was a video about a short-barreled shotgun. We'll put that over here, and now we'll go back to the screen and roll world is dice again. 20, about 12. 12. So we'll head back over here. Could you hear that on that last one? So let's see, that was this one. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Thompson, huh? What's all this about then? I probably should have. Oh, come on. What the hell are all these stupid video game ads? So this video is from December of 2010. 2010. Think about what you were doing in December of 2010.
We're going to take a look at a pretty cool firearm here. This one is a full auto 1928 Thompson submachine gun. Actually, the original submachine guns that was the coined the phrase. So let's take a closer look at it here. Got its compensator up front. Got its compensator. Using a new camera here. So, doing my best to keep it in focus here for us.
That camera made a noise every time it focused.
Let me keep this one in focus.
2010 video.
Full auto. Switch here. Full auto. Single. Fire safe back here. This is the lever for the magazine release.
Showing the how to clean this thing,
Open bolt.
how to open it up for cleaning. Here we are cleaning it. Here we are
This channel.
cleaning it by putting in this cleaning magazine. Goes up into that cleaning channel for cleaning. See how much gap there is in a Thompson? Did you know how much gap there was up there? So the drum for cleaning comes in from the side.
See the two cutouts here.
Stick mags come up into it. Drum mags come across. Nobody ever quickly changes a drum because it's a massive pain in the butt. Here we are adding one in here empty for cleaning. Let's go ahead and add this for cleaning.
Little tight fit.
Because it's a real one and not like from a movie set or something where it's all sloppy.
Into place here. And I don't want to scratch the $800 magazine.
Yeah, that's like $1,000 magazine right there.
$20,000 rifle here. But we'll just put it in that.
And then that rifle sold for $27,000 not too long after, well, a couple years after this video. So that's like $21,000 worth of stuff on the screen 10 and 22 years, 10 years, 12 years ago. Now that's a modern magazine, so that's less money. It's still expensive, but not as much as a real one.
Yeah, 50 round. Made by Thompson. And not inexpensive. These are about $300.
So that's a $300
Slide
magazine.
into the channel a little easier. So they're sliding into the channels up there.
And that's why nobody really liked them for anything other than looking cool and I guess playing with, but they were kind of pointless.
9 times to give it the attention that it needs. And you have your Tommy gun with a 50 round magazine. These are cool. So if we're looking at the back there, there's stock. Same
On a
as
real
the
one, you
channel.
can take the stock off and have short barrel still. And it really literally says Thompson submachine gun on the side.
Button up top, which brings down this little thing. Now it's in place. Got the full Tommy gun that most people are familiar with seeing. So a shorter barrel than a typical semi-autos, because when it's full auto, barrel lengths aren't an issue. There's your sight picture. There's your sight picture. That's the best I can do.
So you go your rear and your front, and it goes through the charging handle.
So that you can see the front sight through there. We're looking through
So the charging handle doesn't do nothing. It just doesn't get in the way.
through the charging handle. And up to the front sight on the compensator there.
And it's on the compensator. And that can twist
On the
around.
typewriter. Where's real gangster? Take the stock off. You'd be shooting it. Typical dual.
And that's why you can't have a vertical front grip because of that gun they were scared of.
Push down, or actually push up on the mag release. Slide the mag out
Holy crap, this thing's only half over. How can anybody watch this whole video?
with ease. Again, up through the bottom. Now this is your more military look.
I don't even want to watch this whole video. There's a shooting it one time out in the desert next to the highway.
Full auto. Submachine gun.
That's the rate of fire of it.
Price. I need to actually find a real 1920 like this. $15,000-$20,000.
That's slowed down
Yeah,
to
mine,
1/4.
So 100 round drum. $400 or so for the 50 round drum. Nothing about shooting. Sure is. Thompson 1928 full auto submachine gun.
This was high tech, picture in a picture and slow motion in 2010 while you're looking at a full auto. Come on, man. And we're just shooting it out in the wild. We're essentially just shooting it next to the highway right here. Come on, jump up here. Come up here. Come up here. All right, so that's the Thompson full auto gun. We'll put that over, or no, we'll put that on that same tab over there for future. And now, let's see. How come all the old YouTube videos are squished? Because cameras were different back in the day. So cameras were 1 megapixel, and then they were 4 megapixel, and then they were 8 megapixel, and I don't know where they went from there. And then we got to 1.4 megapixel or some shit. So, or I don't remember. So anyway, the cameras were different. The ratios were different. And Kodak and Canon and Microsoft all had their different ideas on what to do. YouTube won, and YouTube said, I don't like Microsoft, so we're not going to let Microsoft win. And anything that was made in Microsoft, which my stuff was made in Microsoft, would get squished and weird and smushed to the YouTube parameters. So I never really paid that much attention because it was, for us, it was just cool to be able to put stuff that was video on the internet. The internet was super slow. It would take you a while to download it sometimes. So quality wasn't something that we were comparing anything to. We were just comparing it to not having been able to do it yet. All right. So let's see. That was 2010. That was like I'd been going to SHOT Show for 5 years. I'd been posting stuff on the internet for 5 years. We were first exploring YouTube for about a year at that point. So YouTube, it was still trying to figure out how to get videos onto YouTube. So these aren't in order chronologically, they're in order of popularity. So how many people have viewed them. So it has really nothing to do with how long they've been on the clock. So the next one will move down, unless somebody has something else to do. We'll go down to the next one. Or we'll go this many down. 4, I guess. Definitely need to do away with the NFA and Gun Control Act so everyone can have one if they want. Yeah, I imagine that's a good idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of the dudes who was shooting the full auto in that video, this is his gun. And this video here has 500,000 views. This was a very controversial video back in whatever year this was. We'll find out. And let's see how many. Oh, I should have put this up on the screen. And how much shit things do I have running right now? Hold on, I gotta close a bunch of shit on my screen. It shouldn't even open. Close that and close it. Take this and close it. Now these things should be open.
Athletic Greens gives you the daily nutrients that form the foundation for your health routine. It's made with the highest quality ingredients, put through the strictest quality testing standards, so everybody can own their health.
AG1 is people.
athleticgreens.com.
It's people. It's people in there.
Keep It Quilted means you keep it the best. 3 layers of plush comfort you can see and feel.
I have only the finest imported poop paper.
And puts your
Thanks,
comfort
YouTube.
above all else.
Thanks for the toilet paper commercial,
Keep It
YouTube.
Quilted because the best parts of your
They're
life
like,
deserve the
your
best.
shitty ass video needs some toilet paper commercial on it.
Of making
Assholes.
it holds the spring a lot smoother. I doubt that it makes it shooty better, but I do think it helps with the act.
All right, let's go back to the beginning. Why did it go to the middle of it? What's up with that?
M1A, Socom, 16-inch barrel.
Okay, so 11 years ago, posted this one in July of 2011, 500,000 views, 326 comments. Let's see what it says.
Have a 250
What are you doing?
lumen G2 with special lens in it and bullet, and a little stubby, so you can get your hand around here real good. Feels real good.
Why are you all wet?
Right here, you have just for the M4 little paddle to stop it. There's a match trigger. Has 2 cups on this side, 1 cup on this side.
Stay here.
And those aren't normally on the stock.
No,
Those are
I asked for those because that's the way I like to sling them. And of course, folding stock with a full bolter stock. Inside, a Teflon spring and a guide rod from Badger Ordnance, which instead of making it holds the spring a lot smoother. I doubt that it makes it shooty better, but I do think it helps with the action.
Okay, makes it both with the recoil and
Yeah.
Cool.
And I customized my own my own mount for my optics. And this is like the first 5 inches off of a Volter extended rail off their stock. And then I just drilled and tapped this side and put this on there, and I saved quite a few passes. I have a short dot on it.
That's a very nice optic.
a LaRue quick detach, so then that way you lose all that extra weight.
That's
Yes,
a
you still have
very
the ability
nice
to put stuff
optic.
on it.
Yeah.
That's a GG&G.
G, yes.
That's not.
This is the
Necessarily
swivel.
is
All you
good.
have to do is tighten this mount, and it's solid. A little bit tighter. You just go forward or backwards. You can put it on anything. I mostly use for my bolt gun because this thing just slides on and off. You can feel it yourself if you want to. See how wide it is.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to weigh a ton. That's a lot of aluminum or something.
I spent a long time looking for something like this, and they have the best one out there. Of course, I have a thicker sling.
That is a nice little package.
That's what she said.
A lot of money in it too.
Of course.
It's worth it, I think.
That's a lot of firepower, though.
And of course, I have the latest 25 round mag that Checker makes.
Oh, cool.
And I've been using these now for a couple of months, and I haven't had any malfunctions with them or anything. I like the extra 5 rounds. I think it just makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not that long, so it's not even a problem shooting off the or anything.
No, it isn't.
Cool.
I just use this one because I'm just zeroing it up so I can start shooting at 100 and 200 yards next week.
Cool.
And that's about everything, I think.
Awesome. Thanks.
Welcome.
I used to put a quote at the end of all of them.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
So that's Charles. Come on. That's Charles. He's recorded an outro back in the day. So I used to use that on most of the videos. All right, so we're 27 minutes in. Not much comments, not much going on. We'll maybe do one more video, and then we'll go look at the poll. I'll switch this up. We'll just go with the raw roll this time. Why do you keep jumping down? You just insist on being a bad dog today. 18. All right, that's it. Hold on. Let's go count 18 from the SOCOM 16. 1, 2. That was an H&K 416 that the guy brought into the shop for a manufacturer's day one year. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 18. So shooting 2 AK-47 pistols 13 years ago. So this is in 2009. This will be the oldest video we're watching today. 500,000 views. Out at the shooting range where I used to volunteer at. 500 and something comments. So this is the wood one is one that my friends made for me so that it would be little and still hold a bayonet, but it's super short. This is way before Dracos or anything existed. So he made me a little hand guard, a little thing on there, which is pretty cool. And if I put the right brake on there, I can still put a bayonet on it without modifying the bayonet, which is pretty cool. And it shoots just fine. I guess I shoot them. So that one on top has a massive brake on it, and the one on the bottom has a brake I put on it so I can shoot them or put my bayonets on it. Yeah, I still got that pistol somewhere.
Not something you want to do. That's
I would create this into any other weapon, which would be a federally registered situation. So when you get an AK pistol, keep your pistol grips off of them. So you sight it up like regular AK. It's got a much smaller sight radius, but they're fairly accurate. Ideally, you're gonna have a sling or something that you can push away from your body with. This one doesn't have that.
That's what the Spetsnaz would have did.
And we went ahead and shot that. And I go ahead and just drop the mag. Now we'll have one round left. Just double check that it's empty. Now we'll go to this little guy. I don't know, we're using a new camera here this morning as well. So I'm not sure how well the sound is going to work on it, but this one's a little bit louder than the other one. Crack around. So it's a little bit louder. I don't like to shoot this one at the range too much because
I was sitting next to the wall. It's pretty loud when you're standing next to the big ass concrete wall.
Okay. So that's a couple of different versions. Medium loud, very loud. A lot of fun to shoot. Not the most practical things out there, but there's a little demo. So we're taking another look just to compare it here. We've got that longer, sort of standard size AK pistol. We got the short one. And then I stuck it here next to this AR pistol just to show a little difference. No matter how short you make an AR pistol, something funny with the operating, you're going to have a receiver extension. So it's always going to stick out the end there and make the overall length pretty long. Otherwise, if that wasn't there, it would be fairly comparable to this small AR or this small AK. Have this AK here too, so we can show that the receivers are the same length. That pistol receiver and that standard rifle receiver, same size, same thing.
That would be the stock I would put on
That's
that
a
thing.
little info on the AK pistol.
2009. And then I put this at the end because I thought you were supposed to put credits at the end of videos back then. August of 2009. That had to be one of our first videos, probably. So is there a way to sort by newest first? So the last time we got a comment was 5 years ago. I don't know if there's a way to get to the end of 500. 10 years ago, the questions were, I would think these would be classified as submachine guns. Could someone explain to me why they're considered pistols? I have no idea what you're talking about. Kalashnikov didn't make these. Izmash did. Where can I buy a barrel like this for my home build? Over in Russia, they're probably like, why do Americans think AK we give to child is pistol? In the eyes of the law, these are pistols. I don't know what you're talking about. All I'm saying is that Sega is the shotgun he's talking about. So people remove their comments and you just get half a conversations, whatever this is, 13 years later. No, it's not, dude. There's a big, big difference in size. Is this the range in Tucson on Houghton Road? No, because you're wrong about the name of the road because it's not on Houghton, but yeah, it's the one on east side of Tucson, yes. It's the Southeast Regional Park, just like it says in the description of the video. So, you know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, people still didn't read the description of the video. You should have made sure no one was firing in the background while filming. So 10 years ago, there you go. You should have made sure no one was firing in the background at a public range while you were filming a YouTube video. People go, why you don't like to listen to things over and over and over? Because that was 10 years ago. That was in the beginning of YouTube. I was already hearing that kind of stuff. I don't need a class 3 license. Oh, that was me. Did you say 762 by 33? I thought AK fired 762 by 39. Oh, man. So back in the day, I read comments and I would have answered them because, you know, it was new. And I was like, oh, wow, these are fast. Because back before this, it would have been forums. And you would have said something in a forum and been like, ha, 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 I'm going to say this. And then like 2 weeks later, the person replies and you totally forgot what kind of momentum you had going on in that conversation. But here on YouTube, all of a sudden you could say something and like almost immediately somebody would say something back. It was pretty cool. So yeah, so that'll be the 4th video. And guess what we're going to do with that, everyone? We are going to turn that into a poll and we'll spend the rest of the time pulling it up and you get to fight over these things. So the poll that's up there now is, without electronics, is the Second Amendment even possible? And of course, someone said no, but everybody else said yes. Whoever said no shoots 9mm. We all know that. Where'd you go? Why don't you come here and sit over here? He doesn't even want to. I feel like he doesn't even want to co-host this show anymore. All right, so 2 AK pistols, I guess, will be the first one. That was technically the last one. And then short barrel coach gun, a real one. It was like $2,500 or more, if I remember right back then. That was an expensive gun. I don't remember why. It wasn't that good, but I guess it was. The M1A SOCOM 16 battle rifle. Or, last but certainly not least, a $26,000, well, it's probably worth more now, a $26,000 Thompson 1928. Full auto Chicago typewriter. Which gun do you prefer? All right, now let the robot fix my spelling. I gotta quit. I gotta do something. I got gnats everywhere because the only lights on in the house are sitting right here. It's probably why the dogs all left, because there's a ton of bugs around here driving me nuts. Need to figure out a way to get some people to join the show. So if you're awake during this hour and you want to be a part of the show, let me know, because I'm really, really getting sick of being in here, having to talk the whole time. It's boring. So we've got a poll up there now. Which gun do you prefer? The 2 AK-47 pistols. Yes, both of them. The short barrel. Come on, man. The short barrel coach gun, $2,500 or so. The M1A SOCOM 16. Got no idea how much that costs. But a lot of money. And then the full auto 1928 Thompson submachine gun. What else are we gonna do? Why don't we go feature a museum, I guess, while we're waiting for people to vote? I don't know how many people are out there. We got a bunch of people watching, so people either get up and vote or they won't. All right, we'll go over to I think I got them over here at Gun Shop. So we'll jump into the Gun Shop guide real quick, like, and head over to the museums. If anybody's got one to pick, go for it. Otherwise, oh, you know what? We'll just randomly pick one with Mad Dice. Where did I just shove that dice to? Where did I shove that dice? Did it fit in there? Yes, I did shove it in there. I shoved it in the gizzard cup over here. All right, here's what we're rolling. We still got this camera going. we're going to roll everything that's in my hand, and I'm sure that won't add up to how many museums I do. If it does, then we'll just subtract. We'll go 1 dice minus, plus, minus, like that. There we go. So this is a 9mm shell casing. The new plastic 9mm. They need this wide of a primer because that's how weak the caliber is. So we'll start with an 10. Minus 5 is a 5. Plus 8 is a 13. Minus 4 is a 9. That's how we're playing this one. Going back over here, we'll start at the top. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so today's museum featured is the 45th Infantry Division Museum. This one is in Oklahoma City, and I was told about it by my friend Martin. Thank you very much for that. And I've been going to it literally. I think he told me about it, and I went up, like, I would think he told me about it while I was traveling or right when I was about to travel, and I visited it on that trip, and I make a point of visiting it. I'm disappointed if I have to drive through stupid Oklahoma City and, when they're not open, because this is an excellent museum. So it's the 45th Infantry Division, which, oh man, I don't remember what they are. What the hell would infantry be? But they're infantry, I think. I don't know. They're in Oklahoma. So there's some kind of infantry division. Their logo is the Thunderbird, this Thunderbird in a red diamond, which is pretty iconic. But then they were also around since the olden days. So their other logo, like division crest or whatever these things are called, is actually pretty bad. So kind of messed up, but needless to say, they stuck with the Thunderbird one. And, well, what the hell? I got a video of it here or something? We're going to watch the video.
Each week, we check out a new gun museum. We call it the Firearm Museum Tour. A big part of our Gun Show Loophole Tour is checking out the firearms museums around the country. And we know that they're all interested in getting more visitors and more awareness. So we're going to help by featuring a new museum each week. Next up is the 45th Infantry Division Museum. Another one of my favorites, and thanks to my friend Martin Ivy, who wrote the book on AK-47 bayonets, for tuning me into this one. I never knew about it. And this one was created in 1963, opened in 1968. Makes it one of the oldest firearms museums we've got. It's a private collection curated by the 45th Infantry Division on one of their buildings, on one of their facilities in one of their buildings, which makes it with 660 plus firearms, it makes it one of the well, it's not the largest collection, but it's certainly not one of the smallest. It's bigger than the median, and it's a free museum. It's open every day. It's free to the public. Of course, encourage you to leave a large donation if you see fit. And these photographs are not going to do it justice. It's a definitely military firearms focused, and it's an extensive collection. It's got a sample or a specimen type of collection, and it's arranged or laid out by campaigns and eras. So again, these photographs are not going to do it justice, but it's not a very difficult museum to navigate, and you'll master the layout relatively quickly. It's simply a crazy looking circle, but it's a one path, and there's really just not too much to get confused about. And it's laid out well. The lighting is awesome. It's not too large, but it's large enough you could easily spend a day. If you're a gun person, you could easily spend a day. You're going to enjoy it. If you're relaying any types of military firearms to someone else, they're going to enjoy it. You've got the static displays outside, which I don't do justice with either. With these photographs, there's a lot of static displays with aviation and artillery and vehicles. Just so much to see, so much to talk about, so much to experience. One of my favorite museums, and it's one that I've recently learned about and only visited twice or three times now. It's, again, not the largest, but it's certainly not the smallest. It's one of the oldest, and like many, is a private collection that is now curated by, well, in this case, not the state, but by the 45th Infantry Division. So very cool. And if you visited this museum, let us know in the comments, because there's so much to talk about with this one. We want to thank again our Patreons who make these kind of projects possible, who've made our tours possible. And this one being in Oklahoma City, right off the highway, very easy to visit, right off of 40. If you're going east or west, across the country, or going even north and south, you'll have an opportunity to hit Oklahoma City. There's so much more to see in Oklahoma City. Of course, the memorial, check out the Cowboy Museum, and more. There's lots of cool gun shops in Oklahoma City. And if you're going to Tulsa, let's start talking about more firearms museums. So let us know in the comments if you've been to the 45th Infantry Division Museum. If you're planning on visiting, we'll be happy to answer any questions we might be able to. Thanks again to our Patreons for making these projects possible. And as always, thanks for watching.
The Guys and Gals at Gun Website.
And then we got a bunch of pictures in there. I'll drop a link to the website over there where we post this kind of stuff. Oh, I got my microphone way far away. Hold on. And that back. That's a little better help. All right, well, another kind of slow night in the comments. Let's drag this back over. Say hey to everybody again. Roy is out there and G23 is out there, and I think you two are the only two out there tonight. So thanks for joining. This show is not getting a lot of participation, and that's frustrating because that's why I do the live show. So we can lead a bunch of people to a live show, but you can't make them participate, but you can get sick of doing the live show part. So we'll wrap this one up at 48 minutes. And we'll go back and check out the poll. And it looks like the $27,000, whatever it is, Tommy gun wins over the 2 AK pistols, which I don't know, might be worth a couple $100 nowadays. So imagine the financial decision won, or is it the 45 ACP? The caliber was undeniable. You had to get to partake in the 45 ACP. That's the question. All right, so I'm gonna go over here to my secret robot friend, and I'll say, create a profound ending script for this show. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here tonight, we have experienced a truly unforgettable journey. Together, we have laughed, cried, and marveled at the power of human connection and artistic expression. As we prepare to leave this hallowed space, let us take a moment to reflect the impact of this evening. The performances we've witnessed have inspired us, have touched our hearts, and ignited our imaginations. In a world that is often chaotic and decisive, tonight has reminded us of our shared humanity. Through the medium of live performance, we've been able to come together, transcending the barriers that may separate us in our everyday lives. So as the curtain falls and the lights dim, let us carry the memories, emotions, and newfound perspectives from this live show into our lives. IRL, as the kids would call it. May we never forget that the magic of this night and the incredible power that the arts hold in bringing us closer to one another. Thank you all for joining us, and until we meet again, remember to keep your hearts open and your spirits high, your minds receptive to the beauty that surrounds us every day. Good night, and take care.
Shit.
Ninja? Ninja! Ninja!
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America,